जीवन्मुक्तिप्रदं देवं क्षमापूर्णं जगद्गुरुं वन्दे परमहंसाख्यं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतं। जीवन्मुक्तिप्रदं देवं क्षमापूर्णं जगद्गुरुं वन्दे परमहंसाख्यं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। नित्यमुक्तं निर्विकल्पं ध्यानलोकप्रदीपकम्।
పరమహంస నిత్యానంద ఈ శతాబ్దపు మరువలేని పోలికలేని ఒక ఆధ్యాత్మిక శక్తి, ఒక అంతర్జాతీయ సాంఘిక ఆధ్యాత్మిక ప్రభంజనాన్ని స్థాపించిన ఒక అద్భుత శక్తి, వైదిక ధర్మాన్ని పునరుద్ధరించడానికి ఉద్భవించిన ఒక చైతన్య శక్తి. ఆయన అతి పవిత్రమైన తిరువణ్ణామలై క్షేత్రంలో జన్మించారు. ఒక యోగిగా జన్మించి తనలో సహజంగానే పొంగిపొర్లే ఆధ్యాత్మికతను కోట్ల మందికి పంచుతూ స్ఫూర్తినిచ్చే ఒక అమోఘ శక్తి. అతి పురాతనమైన యోగా విద్యలో ప్రావీణ్యం కలిగి ఆధ్యాత్మిక శాస్త్రాన్ని క్షుణ్ణంగా పరిశోధన చేసిన ఒక మహాద్భుతమైన అంతఃప్రపంచపు పరిశోధకులు, ఆత్మజ్ఞానాన్ని ప్రసాదించే గురువులు. ప్రతి సంవత్సరం పరమహంస నిత్యానంద ఆయన జ్ఞానామృతాన్ని, ఆనందం వెదజల్లే ఆయన చిరునవ్వుని, తిరుగులేని ఆయన దీక్ష యొక్క శక్తిని 1 కోటికి పైగా ఉన్న ఆయన శిష్యులకు పంచుతున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు పరమహంస నిత్యానంద మీరు జీవన్ముక్తులుగా జీవించటానికి తోడ్పడే పరిష్కారాలను మీకు అందజేస్తున్నారు. ఒక మరువలేని ఆధ్యాత్మిక అనుభవం కొరకు మమ్మల్ని వెంటనే సంప్రదించండి.
వందే సనాతనం పుణ్యం నిత్యానందాయ స్వాగతం. సర్వధర్మ ప్రణేతారం సచ్చిదానంద రూపిణం వందే సనాతనం పుణ్యం నిత్యానందాయ స్వాగతం. వేద వేదాంత సంవేద్యం దేవదేవీ స్వరూపిణం వందే వటపలాశిస్థం.
Secret doors to enlightenment. The doors towards enlightenment through the path of yogic physiology and through the path of yogic psychology. Path of yogic physiology means, I can give you hundreds of examples: Hatha yoga, asana, pranayama, breathing techniques. All these are yogic physiology. And yogic psychology means cognitive shift, means giving you the right understanding about the self, God, giving you clear understanding about man, universe, man-made self and man-made universe. Giving you the ultimate experience through these understandings is yogic psychology. In this verse, Bhagavan is opening both the doors. He is opening the door of yogic physiology and yogic psychology. See, if you understand the yogic physiology, how your physiology functions by its nature, how it functions if the social biomemories are added, if the society's patterns are inserted, and how the same organs, sense organs behave, function, if the yogic psychology is added to your life. This whole is what I call understanding of yogic physiology. For example, let me touch only one part of your physiology, the spleen. Normally how a man's spleen functions, if he is given the social conditioning of fight or flight response, how the spleen functions, if he is given the spiritual response, I can say yogic psychology, the way to face the reality, if he is given that understanding, how his spleen functions. Spleen does not need outer situation to make you feel suffocated or threatened. Same way, your root center does not need outside man or woman to make you experience the stimulation. They are independent of external expression because the strength of your reproductive organs and the spleen is stronger than any other organ of your body, especially the organ through which you perceive the jnanendriyas, like eye, ear, tongue, smell, touch. Your reproductive organ and spleen both are more powerful, stronger, have upper hand than your jnanendriyas. So, your jnanendriyas input means the physical input is not required for your spleen to make you feel threatened or your reproductive organ to make you feel excited or elated or triggered. You don't need external stimuli to experience some of the strongest experiences of your life. What a pathetic condition human beings are. Strongest experiences of his life is lust and fear. For both, he doesn't need to be dependent on the external world. It means external world is immaterial. Just your spleen and the reproductive organ can exploit your whole life and manage your whole life as it wants. Just the idea somebody can harass you is enough to make you take the decision of going in some other direction. In that direction again, the same idea somebody else can harass you can make you take the diversion in some other direction. So you are constantly taking diversion just with the idea that somebody can harass you without any input of real harassment from the external world, without any data which can concretely create fear or fight, flight, freeze response in your system. Just your spleen can manage to make you run around continuously, take diversion, take diversion, take diversion, take diversion.
కల్పతరు అద్భుతమైన ఆరోగ్యాన్ని ప్రసాదించే దీవెనలను అందుకోండి. అన్ని రకాల అనారోగ్యాలకు గల మూల కారణాలను తొలగించండి. మీలోని శక్తిని 1300% పెంచండి. కల్పతరు అనే ఈ ఒక్కరోజు కార్యక్రమం మీ అనారోగ్యాన్ని తొలగించే శక్తివంతమైన కార్యక్రమం. ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో పాల్గొని ధ్యానం మరియు దీక్ష యొక్క శక్తిని పొందండి. మీలోని కుండలిని శక్తిని మేల్కొల్పి మీ శారీరక మానసిక ఆరోగ్యాన్ని మెరుగుపరిచే అమోఘమైన కార్యక్రమం కల్పతరు. ప్రతి వారాంతములో కల్పతరు కార్యక్రమం బిడిది ఆశ్రమంలో నిర్వహించబడును. మమ్మల్ని సంప్రదించవలసిన చిరునామా నిత్యానంద ధ్యానపీఠం, నిత్యానంద నగర్, బిడది 562109, బెంగళూరు. ఫోన్ చేయవలసిన నంబరు 095500000550 లేదా 096185190701. మా వెబ్సైట్ www.nithyananda.org.
We have a small book published. The front page will say, how to keep you busy whole day. See the last page. When you turn the last page will say, how to keep you busy whole day. See the first page. See the first page, then again see the last page, again see the first page, again see the last page. Without reading a single page of the book, you can be kept busy whole day. Without having a single incident which can really activate flight, fight, freeze response, you can be kept engaged in fear, in the take diversion mode throughout your life just by your spleen. Just the understanding about spleen. I am not even talking in the yogic psychological way, I am talking in yogic physiological way, is enough to remove terrorism on the planet Earth. Terrorism is nothing but before he attacks, let me attack. There is enough of information and input, he is going to attack me and I am going to be killed. Anyway, before he does that, let me do it. That is all. Is the base of terrorism. That is all. Is basis of all violence. Just the understanding of spleen. That you can be constantly told to take diversion without any real danger in front of you. Same way, you can be constantly excited without real stimuli from the external. Your reproductive organ, by its waxing and waning, the waning and waxing is enough for you to experience the excitement and stimuli without any external object or person required. Just like a moon, your reproductive organ has a waxing and waning period. The experience of the system inside itself is capable enough to give you any excitement or stimulation independent of the input from the external world through your jnanendriyas. External senses. What a pathetic condition human beings are. You constantly believe it is external inputs through your senses makes you take the decision. But that is the worst lie ever taught to you. In those days in the Western schools, they used to teach planet Earth is flat. Please understand, never ever in Eastern schools it was taught planet Earth was flat. It was always taught planet Earth is in a shape which our mind cannot grasp, or it was taught planet Earth is a globe. That was the way the East understood the planet Earth. How the basic lesson which was taught in many Western schools, the planet Earth is a flat. Once that turns out to be a lie, practically every lesson you learnt based on that concept is a lie. Same way, the first lesson you learnt in your life, either from the schools or universities or from your parents or the society, the inputs you receive from the external objects or happenings through your senses is the information or the fact based on which you make decisions is a lie. It is not true. You don't decide fight or flight or freeze. You don't decide that you are excited or enjoying or any of your joy or suffering or pain or fear is not decided by the input of the five senses. It is by the interference of the spleen and your reproductive organ. Practically, almost all the major decisions of your life
ఒక అవతార పురుషుని దివ్య సలహాను నేరుగా పొందాలనుకుంటున్నారా? ఇప్పుడు మీకు పరమహంసతో ముఖాముఖి.
Nithyananda here. Oh,
పరమహంస నిత్యానంద మరొక్కసారి పోలిక లేని ఒక విభిన్నమైన కానుకను ప్రపంచానికి అందచేస్తున్నారు. ఆయన ఇప్పుడు ప్రతిరోజు ఉదయం ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారమయ్యే సత్సంగంలో మీ ప్రశ్నలకి జవాబు ఇవ్వడానికి సిద్ధముగా ఉన్నారు. ఉదయం 8 గంటలకు మా నంబరు 08027279999కి ఫోన్ చేసే అదృష్టవంతులకు ఆయనతో నేరుగా మాట్లాడే దివ్యమైన అవకాశం దక్కుతుంది. మరియు ఉదయం ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారమయ్యే సత్సంగం ntv.nithyananda.orgలో చూడగలరు. కల్పతరు మీ జీవితం నుంచి మానసిక ఒత్తిడిని దూరం చేసుకోండి. మీ పనితనాన్ని మెరుగుపరుచుకోండి. మీ తెలివితేటలని, నిర్ణయాలు తీసుకొనుటకు తోడ్పడే వివేకాన్ని పెంచుకోండి. కల్పతరు ఒక విశిష్టమైన ఒక్కరోజు కార్యక్రమం. అవతార పురుషులైన పరమహంస నిత్యానంద స్వామి వారి హీలింగ్ మరియు దీవెనలను అందుకునే ఒక అద్భుత అవకాశం. ప్రతి వారాంతములో కల్పతరు కార్యక్రమం బిడది ఆశ్రమంలో నిర్వహించబడును. మమ్మల్ని సంప్రదించవలసిన చిరునామా నిత్యానంద ధ్యానపీఠం, నిత్యానంద నగర్, బిడది 562109, బెంగళూరు. ఫోన్ చేయవలసిన నంబరు 095500000550 లేదా 096185190701. మా వెబ్సైట్ www.nithyananda.org.
All the major bondages you create for yourself, all the major restricting patterns you assume for yourself is assumed before any input information data reaches your decision making intelligence through the senses. Before even the experience of solid excitement or solid fear. See, for example, if a tiger is standing in front of you and about to attack you, and your senses, eyes are seeing the tiger, ears are hearing the tiger's sound, and nose is smelling the tiger's smell, and you are deciding to run or fight or freeze, it is all right. It's perfectly all right. The decision is made from the input of your senses. But unfortunately, all major decisions of your life is never taken with the solid experience. Already your spleen has advised, sent the legal opinion to your intelligence, don't go to that direction. You call this as being cautious. Being cautious is nothing but the social justification given to your own ignorance. It is too much for you to believe you are covered, cheap rate, third rate, spleen covered. This is the exact new word I wanted to coin. Spleen covered means not even afraid of the real input, constantly being afraid of the inputs by spleen, which is literally impossible. 100% of your spleen inputs are impossible. Means if you are constantly taking diversion because there may be a tiger, you will never be attacked or suffering with tiger. you will be suddenly bitten by a snake. Because the spleen does not have the capacity even to predict the real danger. It moves around in imaginary danger. The imaginary danger deludes you so strongly. The pattern is evolved in your system such a way, never ever your internal biomemories wait for the possible inputs from the senses. Like a layer by layer, you are almost out of touch with reality, with the real feelings of the people, and you create mess for yourself. Same way with the lust, just like fear with greed. Unfortunately, you are made to believe from the young age the input through the senses is responsible for your decision, which is not true. Input from your internal organs is responsible for your feelings and excitement and the experiences. The waxing and waning period of your internal organs is responsible for the many of the decisions you make. This is what I call essence of yogic physiology. I have given the essence, but I can go on expanding, and Krishna is completely in tune with us. Exactly today only he is introducing this sloka. Sloka towards the sense gratification and yogic psychology. And the essence of yogic psychology, all decisions you make through your intelligence does not get executed by your senses.
కల్పతరు మీలోని కుండలిని శక్తిని తెలుసుకోగల ఒక ప్రత్యేక కార్యక్రమము కల్పతరు. పూర్తిగా ఒకరోజు జరిగే ఈ కార్యక్రమములో ఆరోగ్యకరమైన అద్భుతమైన మార్పును పొందగలరు. అవతారమూర్తి పరమహంస నిత్యానంద స్వామివారి ఆశీస్సులను ప్రత్యేకంగా పొందగల కార్యక్రమం కల్పతరు. కుండలిని అంటే ఏమిటి? కుండలిని అంటే ప్రతి ఒక్కరిలోనూ దాగి ఉన్న అద్భుత శక్తి. కుండలిని శక్తి ఒక ధ్యానోదయమైన గురుదేవుల దీక్షతో చైతన్యపరచవచ్చు. ఈ కుండలిని శక్తి మీ జీవితంలో అన్ని దశలలోనూ అభివృద్ధికరమైన మార్పులను తేగలిగే శక్తి. అది మీలో ఆరోగ్యాన్ని, ఐశ్వర్యాన్ని, విజయాన్ని, ఆనందాన్ని, ఆధ్యాత్మిక ధ్యానోదయాన్ని కలిగిస్తుంది. ప్రతి వారాంతములో కల్పతరు కార్యక్రమం బిడిది ఆశ్రమంలో నిర్వహించబడును. మమ్మల్ని సంప్రదించవలసిన చిరునామా నిత్యానంద ధ్యానపీఠం, నిత్యానంద నగర్, బిడది 562109, బెంగళూరు. ఫోన్ చేయవలసిన నంబరు 095100000550 లేదా 096185190701. మా వెబ్సైట్ www.nithyananda.org.
The essence of yogic physiology is all decision you make are not from the input through the senses. The essence of yogic psychology is all your actions are not based on the decisions done by your intelligence. Your intelligence says move the right hand, put the left leg behind, but your body goes on doing left leg is put in the front and left hand is moved. It is a continuous pattern, disconnection between your decision, the highest decision making authority in you, which is buddhi, that goes on deciding something, and your senses goes on doing something else. This is the essence of yogic psychology. Why? What all are the reason? How to remove those obstacles is the whole subject of yogic psychology. In this verse, Bhagavan very clearly says, understand the yogic physiology. Your decisions are not from the input of your physical senses. And understand your actions are not actually based on your decisions. When this two understanding happens, disrespect to the chaos what you call as life happens to you. What you call as life is a huge chaos. When the disrespect to that chaos happens in you, you start disrespecting your ego. Disrespect getting built on your ego makes you move towards reality. That is the first step. Disrespect to your ego is the first step to experience the higher understanding about you. When I started disrespecting the ego which was getting built in me by the society and family, I am able to easily experience my higher self, Arunagiri Yogishwara and Meenakshi. See, so many times I have seen, when I awaken your Kundalini, your higher self, your own opinion about your higher self becomes reality. It's like you experience new you about which you are afraid. You are comfortable only with your old you. If I introduce new you to you, that is where people are stuck. Many of you have fear of the higher personality of yourself. If the higher personalities are introduced to you, in all of you, that fear of highest frequency exists. That is the biggest obstacle. The disrespect for your present frequency, disrespect for your present ego is the basic necessary which will be the jumping board for you to jump into the higher frequency. All of you will be able to catch what I mean by going beyond ego. If you are too attached to your ego, you can't go beyond to it. You need to have disrespect to it. Only then you can go to the higher frequency or higher experience. Because when a master gives any boon, along with that medicine is also given. Boon and the space in which you are completely fulfilled. Both are sent as one package. Essence of what I wanted to explain through this verse and through the understanding of yogic physiology and yogic psychology is all your decisions are not made from the inputs of the senses. All your actions are not executing the decisions made by your intelligence. So have tremendous disrespect to your ego, which will make you, prepare you to take the jump into the higher self.